Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Robbins. Let me ask you something. Are you merely existing or are you truly living? Because there's a massive difference. Too many people are just getting through the day instead of designing their destiny. You weren't created to be average. You weren't meant to stay stuck in the same cycle. There are rules to this game called life, rules that, if you follow them, will shift everything. And no, I'm not talking about rules someone else wrote for you. For you, I'm talking about foundational truths. Principles that awaken your purpose, ignite your drive, and push you to become the person you were meant to be. These are not complicated. They're simple, but they're not easy. Because simple things require commitment, consistency, and character. They ask you to stop making excuses, to stop pointing fingers, and to start taking command of your story. So here we go. 3 life-changing rules that can shape your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. Rule 1, raise your standards. Stop accepting less than you deserve from yourself and from life. If you want more, you must become more. And that doesn't happen by staying in your comfort zone. That happens when you demand excellence, first from you, then from everything else around you. You can't always predict the storm, but you can build a stronger ship. Your attitude, your discipline, your daily choices, those are yours. If you master them, you gain freedom. And with freedom comes power. The power to create, the power to create, the power to overcome. Rule 3, be relentless. That's it. Relentless in your growth, in your hunger, in your belief. You don't stop when you're tired. You stop when you're done. Life will test you. But you were not built to break. You were built to break through. And every obstacle in your way is a call to rise, not retreat. These rules, if you live them, not just know them, will rewire your path. They'll put fire in your heart and clarity in your vision. So, I dare you. Apply them. Don't just be a spectator of change. Be the one who commands it. Everything in your life changes the moment you decide to raise your standards. Not talk about it, not wish for it, not post a quote about it, but actually do it. Because listen to me, your life right now, in this very moment, is a direct reflection of the standards you've been willing to accept. Think about that. The quality of your relationships, your health, your finances, your growth, it's all tied to what you've been tolerating. And the truth is, what you tolerate, you invite. What you allow becomes your reality. But here's the good news. You have the power to change it. Right now, just by deciding to expect more from yourself. Not someday. Now. This is not about perfection. This is about elevation. This is about saying, I will no longer accept less than I know I'm capable of. It's not about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than the old version of you. Because when you raise your standards, your mindset changes. Your habits shift. You start showing up differently. You speak with more conviction. You move with more purpose. You stop negotiating with procrastination. You stop dancing with doubt. You rise up. When you demand more from yourself, something powerful happens. You begin to attract situations and people that match the new standard. You stop settling for relationships that drain you, for environments that shrink you, for routines that numb you. You start stepping into rooms that challenge you, that stretch you, that sharpen you, because you're no longer playing small. But let me be real with you. Raising your standards doesn't mean it gets easier. It means you get stronger. The obstacles don't disappear, but your resolve becomes unshakable. Because now you're not interested in excuses, you're obsessed. You don't wait for motivation, you lead with discipline. You don't seek comfort, you chase growth. So the question isn't a can I do this? The question is, when will I stop settling and start living by a higher standard? The moment you stop negotiating with your limitations and start partnering with your potential, that's when your life begins to transform. Raise your standards, and your future will rise to meet you. Let me tell you something that will change everything if you truly absorb it. Your mindset is your life steering wheel. Whatever direction it's pointed in, that's exactly where you're going. Every breakthrough, every win, every transformation you're dreaming about, it starts in one place, your mind. Because life doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you believe you are. And the problem is, too many people are walking around like prisoners in their own head, living under old stories, false beliefs, borrowed limitations. But you are not your pain. You are not your pain. You are not your fear. You are the thinker of the thought, not the thought itself. When you realize that, you take the wheel back. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. That's the shift. That's the power. Now, mastering your mindset doesn't mean you never struggle. It means you recognize the struggle faster and rewire how you respond to it. When fear shows up, you face it. When doubt creeps in, you challenge it. When negativity knocks, you don't answer the door. Answer the door because you've built a mental fortress. And inside that fortress lives belief, focus, resilience, and fire. How do you build that? You feed your mind every single day. Just like your body needs fuel, your mind needs direction. Read things that stretch you. Surround yourself with people who challenge you to think bigger. Stop watching content that numbs you and start consuming content that moves you. Ask yourself better questions. Instead of a why me, ask a what's this trying to teach me? Instead of a can I, ask a what's this trying to teach me? Instead of a can I. And remember this, your emotions are a product of your focus. What you focus on, you feel. Focus on lack, you'll feel small. Focus on growth, you'll feel powerful. So train your focus like your life depends on it. Because it does. It does. When you master your mindset, your circumstances stop controlling you. Your environment no longer defines you. You become the thermostat, not the thermometer. You set the tone, you raise the temperature, and suddenly, success isn't something far away. It's a natural result of the way. You've got the vision. You've shifted your mindset. Now what? Action. But not just any action. Massive aligned action. Because dreaming without doing is like aiming without firing. The world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. You can journal it, vision board it, pray on it. But until you move your feet, nothing shifts. Nothing transforms. Nothing grows. Now here's the key. It's not just about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Taking action that aligns with your deepest values, your biggest goals, and your ultimate calling. That's where the power is. Some people are busy, but not effective. They're moving all day, but not going anywhere. Activity doesn't equal progress. Intentionality does. intentionality. So ask yourself, what are the top 3 actions I can take today that move the needle forward? Not next week, not when you feel ready, today. Because clarity comes through movement, not before it. You don't need the whole staircase to take the first step. The step, the first step. And the truth is, the universe, God, whatever you believe, it responds when you move in faith, when you show up for your purpose like it already belongs to you. Let me be real with you. You're going to mess up. You'll fall. You'll get tired. That's normal. But here's the difference between people who win and people who wish they keep showing up. Consistency beats perfection every time. You don't have to get it all right, but you have to keep getting up. Every single day, recommit to your vision and act like it depends on you. Because it does. You've got to become addicted to execution. Not the results, but the process. Fall in love with the grind, the progress, the becoming. Celebrate your small wins. Stack momentum. Take one step, then another. And before you know it, you've built something extraordinary. Not because you had all the answers, but because you had the courage to move. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The right time is the moment you decide it is. Take massive, aligned action with boldness, with clarity, with fire in your belly. Because when your actions match your ambition, your life starts to catch up with your purpose. And nothing is more powerful than that. Let me tell you something that will shift your life faster than any tactic, tool, or morning routine. The people you surround yourself with. You show me your circle. I'll show you your Because whether you realize it or not, your environment is either shaping you forward or pulling you backward. And when you're on the path to transforming your life, you can't afford to be around people who aren't growing. If you're always the most motivated person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Growth is contagious, just like mediocrity is. You need people who call you higher, not drag you lower. People who speak life into your goals, not fear into your dreams. People who challenge your comfort zone, not coddle it. Because here's the truth. Proximity is power. Get around people who are living what you're aiming for, and you'll start to absorb their energy, their beliefs, and their habits. Sometimes that means making hard choices. Cutting ties. Creating boundaries. Saying no to people you've known for years because you finally said yes to yourself. And that's okay. You're not better than them. You're just committed to being better than you were yesterday. You're not leaving them behind. You're walking toward your calling. You're walking toward your calling. And you can't take everyone with you. Find people who talk about visions, not just gossip. People who ask, how can we grow? Instead of, why even try? Join a mastermind. Get a coach. Plug into communities that breathe growth, passion, discipline, and fire. Because when you immerse yourself in that kind of energy, when you're surrounded by people who don't settle, you stop settling too. Let iron sharpen iron. Let their drive activate yours. Let their wins remind you what's possible. This isn't about competition. It's about elevation. So, lift each other up. I didn't see this. Share strategies, trade stories, celebrate progress. Because when one of us rises, we all do. And remember, sometimes the loudest voice isn't outside, it's inside. So even on days when your external circle is small, keep that internal circle fierce. Talk to yourself like someone you believe in. Surround your mind with positivity, and your life will follow. You're not meant to do this alone. Surround yourself with growth-minded people, and you'll never stop rising. Here's something most people don't want to hear, but you've got to hear it if you truly want to change your life. Yes. Motivation is a myth if you don't have discipline. And you can't build a new future based on how you feel today, because feelings are inconsistent. But discipline, that's the solid steel that holds up your foundation even when the storms come. You don't need to feel like doing it. You just need to do it. It's discipline is the ability to act even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because those moments, those small decisions in the dark when nobody's watching, that's where your transformation is born. That's where character is built. That's where you go from dreaming to becoming. You don't rise by accident. You rise on purpose. You rise on purpose. Every time you show up, every time you say no to distractions, every time you get up early, put in the reps, and follow through, you are casting a vote for the future you. Mm-hmm. That's discipline, and that's power. And that's power. Now, people often ask, how do I get more motivated? And I tell them, you don't get motivated, you get structured. Build a routine that supports your goals, lock in your non-negotiables, make your future success so hard to escape, it becomes your new normal. Then lock into habits that deliver it day after day after day. Think of the version of you who's already reached the goal. How do they walk? Because you're not waiting to become that person. You're becoming them in every decision you make. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from the chaos of reacting to life. When you master discipline, you master your outcomes. And when you master your outcomes, you become unstoppable. So don't wait on the mood to strike. Build the muscle of doing. Get serious. Get focused. And remember, the gap between where you are and where you want to be, it's bridged by discipline, not just today, every day. Let's go. Here's the truth that flips the script on life. The greatest breakthroughs don't come from getting. They come from giving. If you want to experience fulfillment, if you want to wake up every day with fire in your chest and peace in your soul, then you've got to shift your mindset from a what can I get to a what can I give to what can I give. See, most people are chasing something, success, recognition, status, and there's nothing wrong with ambition. But when your energy is only focused inward, you eventually hit a wall. Because life doesn't reward the takers long term, it rewards the givers, the ones who serve. The ones who serve, the ones who contribute, the ones who show up for others, even when they're still building themselves. Contribution isn't just a nice idea, it's a success multiplier. You want to increase your joy, your confidence, your purpose. Start giving more. Give your time, give your time, give your knowledge, give energy. Every time you pour into someone else, you grow stronger, more centered, more powerful. Why? Because giving expands you, it stretches your capacity, it takes you out of survival mode and plugs you into significance. And that's where real transformation happens. And listen, I don't mean give with expectations. I mean give because it's who you are, because that's the identity you've chosen to step into. Someone who lifts, who builds, who empowers, someone who says, I'm not just chasing success for me. I'm building something that impacts everyone around me. You want to live a legendary life? Then don't just chase success. Chase impact. Be the kind of person who walks into a room and changes the atmosphere. Be the reason someone doesn't give up. Be the example that inspires others to rise. That's not weakness. That's strength on fire. That's purpose in action. And when you live like that, when you live to serve, to contribute, to give, the universe opens up. Opportunities find you. Relationships deepen. And fulfillment flows in like a tidal wave. Tidal wave. So ask yourself every morning, who can I bless? That's how you live big. That's how you lead. And that, my friend, that's how you transform your life. Thank you, truly, thank you for showing up for yourself today, for taking the time to listen, to reflect, and to step into the version of you that's ready to grow, to lead, and to rise higher than ever before. You didn't have to be here. You could have scrolled past, clicked out, or said a maybe later. But you did. And that tells me something powerful about you. You're hungry for more. You're ready to transform. Not just your circumstances, but your life from the inside out. I want you to walk away from this message not just motivated, but committed. Committed to applying what you've learned. Committed to stepping into your greatness. Because knowledge is only potential power. It's what you do with it that changes the game. So as we part ways for now, I want you to carry this with you. You have everything you need within you to become everything you created to be. The strength, the courage, the drive, it's already there. Now's the time to unleash it. Keep pushing, keep growing, keep giving. The next 6 months could redefine your entire future if you decide to show up fully, boldly, and relentlessly. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your heart. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your heart. It means everything. Keep striving, keep believing, and above all, keep becoming the best version of you. Until next time, stay focused, stay fired up, and as always, go change the world. Goodbye for now, champion, and remember, your transformation has already begun. Rocket fire.